Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have not uploaded in a very long time. Well, I did upload a couple weeks ago, but that was just like a video from the Alamar shoot that I did, showing you guys the colors and all of that. So I am so excited to be back and actually be talking to you and interacting with you. I can't wait to post more on this channel. So I thought a good way to come back is to get a lot of questions out of the way. So I posted on my Instagram, which by the way, I have been consistent on my Instagram the last couple of years. So I just posted on my Instagram that I was doing a Q&A and I had a ton of questions come in. A lot of them were the same questions over and over again, so I thought I would just answer the most popular ones, and that way you guys can kind of be updated on my life, what I've been up to. A little background story for those of you who don't know: I used to upload videos on YouTube 2 or 3 years ago, and then I started working at a company called BoxyCharm, and I kind of went on from there, and now I own my own company called Alamar Cosmetics. So I'm just gonna catch you up on some things via questions, and hopefully I answer what you're thinking already. So let's get to it. What is your favorite holiday? My favorite holiday, I think now, well, I think it's always been New Year's Eve. I really like New Year's Eve. I love the idea of like new beginnings and starting over, and I love getting really dressed up and having fun with my friends. And I feel like it's a very low pressure holiday, you know, because everybody just kind of does their own thing. I really like New Year's, and I'm really looking forward to this New Year's Eve. We're going to a really, really big party at Kathleen's house, so I'm excited for that one. New Year's Eve, definitely. When are we getting lip products from Alamar? I started working on lip products immediately after my first palette. It takes a lot longer for some reason because there's a lot of different SKUs, a lot of different colors. So I'm in the process, I'm working on it. It's coming 2019. You will have lip products from me. I can't tell you an exact month because it changes all the time, but 2019, definitely you'll see lip products from me. Are you still vegan? So I'm not 100% vegan anymore. I was vegan for 2 whole years. Everybody's looking at me because I was the vegan police. So I'm not fully vegan. I do not eat animals at all whatsoever. I don't eat anything that's died. But now I do eat dairy occasionally, and for 2 years I didn't eat any dairy at all. No gelatin, no animal products whatsoever. Now it's gotten a little bit harder for me to stay on that like full time. So I do eat dairy sometimes. It is what it is. I'm not proud of it, but it makes life so much easier when you could just eat a slice of pizza, you know? So I do eat dairy, okay? I do eat dairy. I'm not vegan anywhere. I am vegetarian. I'm a hardcore vegetarian, but not a vegan. What made you dye your hair red? So I started dyeing my hair red in the 7th grade. Well, I always wanted to have red hair because I swore I was the Little Mermaid and I wanted to look like her, so I always wanted red hair. But then when I was in middle school, I discovered Paramore. Who remembers Paramore? The lead singer, Hayley Williams, had like the most amazing red hair ever. Here. So I wanted her exact hair color, and then I just went to CVS, or I believe it was Walgreens, and I bought a box of red hair dye, and I did it without my mom knowing, and she was very upset, but she's like, wow, it looks really good on you. And I was like, I know, right? So then I've just had red hair ever since. Have beauty influencers started treating you differently since Alamar started? If so, how? I want to say no. I feel like I've met a lot of really, really cool beauty influencers while I was working at BoxyCharm, because I was a part of their influencer social media department, and I met a ton of influencers, and they were all, for the most part, very, very nice to me. I noticed that when I started my own brand and I started reaching out to them like, hey, I started my brand, I got nothing but support and a ton of encouragement. The majority of the influencers that I sent my product to actually showed it on their IG story or incorporated it in videos, even though I've never paid anybody to do that. But I feel like they were very supportive and they wanted me to do well because they knew me as a person. So I would say that they didn't treat me differently. They were just really supportive and receptive to my brand. So I really appreciate that. You guys know who you are. Thank you so much. Do you not work with BoxyCharm anymore? I miss seeing you on their stories. Thank you so much. I hope you still watch me on my personal Instagram as well as my company's Instagram. So I do not work at BoxyCharm anymore. No, I was not fired from BoxyCharm. I get along very well with my ex-boss, with Joe. I worked there for about 2 years, and then I really wanted to start my own company. It was always my dream to work for myself. I am not a very good employee, if I'm being completely honest. I've heard I'm very hard to manage. And and it's true, I do like to be really independent and work for myself. I have a lot of ideas, and I don't like being told that I can't do what I want to do. So I always knew I had to work for myself. I've always been super passionate about makeup. My mom has her own business, and that was always my goal. So Everything I've ever done leading up to this point has been stepping stones to get to where I am. So I really loved my job at BoxyCharm. It was my first like big girl career job and I really enjoyed it. But yeah, I had to go out on my own and everybody there understood when I left. I told my boss like, I really have to do this, and he's like, of course, you pretty much just had a baby, like you have to go and take care of this baby and grow it. And yeah, it's casual. People move on. Aside from your Cuban heritage, what other Latin cultures do you feel inspired by? I'm inspired by literally every single culture you could possibly think of. I am obsessed with learning about like geography, where we come from, how we've evolved. I'm really into that. I love Cuban heritage obviously because I am Cuban, so I'm very connected to what we eat, where we're from, like all the different places where you can possibly grab from. Like I am obsessed with the whole testing your DNA thing, like the 23andMe. I am dying to do that, but I'm very afraid of getting cloned without my consent. However, I really want to know like where I'm from, and I want to know where all of you guys are from. This question is, how did you know your mans was the one? For those of you who follow me on Instagram, you know that I got engaged this year to Jordan. I have been with Jordan for 6 years now. How did I know he was the one? I don't know. I feel like I just kind of knew like right when we started dating. It was unlike any other relationship I had ever had. It kind of just made sense. It was easy. It was, you know, we got along super well. And it's just like, I don't think you really have to, like, there's no checklist or anything of like, oh, is he the one? Is he this? You just really know. Like, when you don't have to question yourself at all, you see yourself only with that person for the rest of your life. That's kind of when you know that that person is the one. So yeah, he's the one, and I knew immediately pretty much. What are some unspoken challenges you faced as a new entrepreneur? Any advice? So I don't know if it's unspoken, but I think that the biggest challenge with being an entrepreneur is that there's really no guide. There's no rule book. There's no one telling you that something has to be done by a certain time. Like, you are really accountable for your own decisions and your own mistakes, and you have no one to blame if you mess up but yourself. And you kind of have to establish that from the beginning. Like, if I'm gonna do this, if I mess up, it's no one's fault but my own. Like, I can't be like, oh well, they didn't tell me I had to do that. Like, no one is responsible for telling you what to do except yourself. So if you can accept that and be okay with the consequences and not be afraid of that, then you just go full steam ahead, and it's trial and error from then on out. Like, my whole life right now is trial and error. I mess up every single day, and then I figure out how I can avoid messing up again, and then that's just how I do it. I really have no secret to doing it. I'm no smarter than anybody else. I just decided I'm not gonna be afraid, and I'm just gonna go for it, and I'm gonna keep failing until I succeed, and that is just the plan. Any plans to create more products for your brand, or are you just sticking to palettes? I do not want to just do palettes. I love eyeshadow, and I love how creative I get to be when I'm making eyeshadow formulas, and like how intense the pigments are, and how you could just go like add more pigment, and it's just like really like exciting. But I am not only passionate about eye products. I really want to make complexion items. I love lip products. I live in a nude lip. I really want to master nude lips. I want to get into eyebrows. I mean, I want to make literally everything. I can say the only thing I'm not passionate about that you probably won't see from me, because it's something like there's money in it, but I'm not passionate about it, is skincare. I know that skincare is huge. It generates just as much money as cosmetics at the moment, but I'm just not into it. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I do not take care of my skin that well. I wash my face, but that's about it. So I'm not gonna make skincare just for the hell of it when I really don't feel in love with it. So other than skincare, pretty much expect anything else from me. The last question is, when will you feel that you've done it? By that I mean, when will you feel that you have achieved your goals? So that is really subjective to every single person. Everybody's idea of success is completely different. Like, some people don't think they've achieved their goals until they've reached X amount of dollars or X amount of properties or awards or whatever. In my opinion, I feel like I've already made it, because all I've ever wanted to do is to be free and to be on my own and to just be independent. And I'm at a point in my life right now that I am very independent. I'm not making a ton of money, and I'm not like buying everybody in my life mansion, but I am on my own. I work on my own schedule. I am at peace. And that's all I've ever wanted. So I wanted to get better from here on out. The possibilities are endless. I have so many things I want to achieve, but I feel like as long as you can have the type of lifestyle that you want, that's success in itself. You've made it. Just make sure you build yourself a life that you're happy with, that you love, that you look forward to waking up in the morning. If you are dreading Monday mornings, you're doing it wrong. You should always look forward to life and not wanting to avoid it, if that makes sense. So in that sense, I feel like I have made it. So I think that's all the questions I'm gonna answer for now. I feel like I have talked literally forever. I hope you guys are happy that I'm back on YouTube. I have so many tutorials coming up. I actually filmed this look with my friend Elette over on her channel. I'm gonna link it down below so you guys can go watch it. We got ready for New Year's Eve together, and I have a ton more videos coming, tutorials, get ready with me's, a lot of insider information on the makeup industry, which I am so fascinated by. I have learned so much about production and about how production in other countries goes, and it's just a really, really cool industry that I want to share with you guys so that maybe one of you could open your own makeup line eventually as well. So stay tuned, make sure you subscribe to this channel for more content, and I will see you again soon.